started some time ago. I decided to put together a bunch of my cacti into one pot um, for a couple different reasons, which I'll probably explain in a little bit. So these videos are going to be kind of these videos might be kind of like jumping back and forth between when I originally put all of these cacti into one pot together versus where we are today. So I can't remember exactly how long ago I potted these all up together, but I'll put it down at the bottom here or at the top. And I'm going to show you what I did, the mistakes I made, and where we're at today. Hey everyone, so I have been thinking about taking all of my cacti and combining them into one pot. And I really love how it came out. Ooh. I was a little bit. Alrighty, so I am going to finally repot this. It has been way too long. I have lost a couple cacti already. There was one here I lost. There's one there I lost, and look, we're losing this one. I really don't want to lose this Ming cacti. So I am repotting it. I've already gotten this guy out. I'm using these like tongs. So this guy's, rotted, and then I think this guy's still good. But yeah, so I'm just using these tongs, and these guys I don't think are in there too deep, so I'm kind of trying to grab the root system along with the cacti, and I'm trying to be very gentle because I don't want to break any of the root. Ooh, if possible. So we've got this guy, this guy. So I think I'm gonna try to tackle this guy. I'm just going to do the same process for the rest of them, so I'm going to go ahead and stop filming here. So this is the amount of soil I have left. It seems a little insane to me. I can't believe I had this much soil left over from the amount of root that was in there. But you can see like this big chunk of root right here was just in the soil, like it rotted off. Okay, another thing I'm noticing as I'm taking the soil out is that there are chunks. I don't know if you can really see very well, but there are chunks of soil that I think have just like rotted off the cacti when I pulled the cacti out. I'm gonna put them in this much smaller, or much more appropriately sized pot. Alrighty, so at this point, this is what I have. I took those two guys out. I ended up cutting off the bottom because they were mushy, so rotted. So I'm gonna have these guys kind of air out for like a week and harden off. And then I put this guy in his own pot because it didn't fit in there. And of all of the cacti I have, this is the one I'm probably most attached to. So I didn't have a terracotta pot large enough for him, so I just put him in this little one right here. But yeah, I will come back once I'm ready to add these guys back into here, and I am not going to water the soil because it was still damp. And I mean, look how much soil I have left over. Why did I do that? Why do I always do this? I just got impatient. I mean, look at the difference in those two pots. So where we're at today is not too bad. So this is the guy now. He is still alive. Well, most of them are still alive. There were some that died, as you just saw, and those really the tall boys that I were rotting, and I just cut, and I was going to let dry out and pop out and like reroot.
I basically let them dry out and I never put them back into any type of soil or anything to root in. So they kind of just died, and I am sad about that. And I think they could have been saved, but it was my fault because I got lazy. Um, but yeah, so you can see like this this little guy. I can't really point to him because this thing's heavy, but there is some new growth on this. And yeah, let me do this so you can see. There's new growth on that guy. You can kind of see like the light green new growth, and he was pretty happy before too. But the rest are kind of just stagnant. It is winter time, so I'm not really expecting much from these. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is probably this one. Only because he looks like he's pretty fat at the bottom and getting skinny at the top. And I don't know, that just looks a little suspicious to me. But I think they're doing better. I think they're doing okay. I think they're gonna survive. I think they're fine in this size pot now. This is much more of a suitable size for them. And they've been in here for quite some time now. So I'll put that down at the bottom how long they've been in here. Oh, I'm gonna set him down because he's heavy. That is where we're at today, and hopefully during summertime we get to see even more growth coming out of them. And I mean, one of my weaknesses is I always put plants in pot that are inside of a pot that are too big for them. So I guess this case was no different. Maybe one day I'll learn from my lessons. But yeah, you got to roll with the punches sometimes. I'm just glad I was able to save some of them. Now, additionally, I'm going to show you one more cacti. This is my Ming thing. So you saw that I just completely separated him into his own pot because I just love him so much. And I didn't have a terracotta pot for him, so he's in this, plastic kind of ugly thing, which is really weird to see a cacti in. At least I think it is kind of weird. So I still, like, I'm gonna try to do this carefully, but you can see some roots at the bottom there. They still look healthy, they still look good. I would like to, in the summertime, repot this in a terracotta pot because it'll just look so much better and he'll be happier too. But I mean, it doesn't seem like this guy took a hit at all from what I've put it through. So thank you. Thank you for being a trooper. But yeah, that's pretty much all the updates I have right now for my cacti boys. And hopefully you don't make the same mistake I did, or if you do, hopefully you're able to save them in time. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.